In particular, what happened in Boston?
Well, take the Boston case first. Now, we're not possessed with exact facts which point to who did what to whom, or something like that. But we have some very interesting non-facts. For example, the pressure cooker method. What this meant was that whoever was pulling this stunt was giving themselves a good advantage to be scat out of the situation before there was any need to run. In other words, this was not exactly a hit-and-run job. This was a pressure cooker, which was set to go to work as a pressure cooker before the pressure cooker pressure cooked and exploded. But that's the story that's given. That's the best evidence on that given. On the other cases, we have a similar kind of pattern, where somebody has done something which is highly damaging, has an effect as a mass effect or relative mass effect, and is spread around, and there is no sign of those who propagated this event. But somebody did propagate it. So now we have the FBI and others scatting around trying to find something out. But this is not something which is out to get the maximum kill. This is out to indict and create a loss of confidence in the people in the protection of their own institutions of protection. And this is the most convenient way to have exactly that effect. So I would say this is a matter of the Hauptsache ist der Effekt, chicka, chicka, chicka. We have to go by the effect and assume that the effect is telling us the story. And until somebody in the government or someone else comes up with a better explanation, the fact is that on the surface, this is a very clever way of causing the maximum chaos and confusion with a minimum amount of effort. There was not much done. It was not much actually done. Nothing conspicuous was done until this damn thing in Boston exploded. But up to that time, it was just an object sitting in the street area. And then, boom! But by then, those who had planted the pressure cooker had long since gone, according to every account we've received so far. Therefore, I would say that account and the suppositions that go with it are the best evidence we have at this moment. Obviously, this was intentional. It is a pattern of incidents which each were intentional in their nature. This is not an accident. There's no attempt to make it an accident. Look at the Boston case. There's nothing in the Boston case that says accident. But there is a configuration of intention without accident. You cannot put a pressure cooker there ready to be set off, sitting there pressure cookering, ready to explode, and someone has nonchalantly walked off after having left that little object there. Or something like that. That's the story we have. It's the only story the police and so forth, the FBI, have been able to give us so far. We have a number of these incidents of this type in various kinds of the nation. Well, somebody on a national level is operating to create a chaos situation in the United States in a number of areas, and we don't know how long the list of these areas are. So I would say, well, somebody wants to make a mess, and I would say the presidential administration becomes one of the first areas which you have to look at. Can he prove that he was not in some way involved, either directly or indirectly, in some of this? Or that people who were working in his so-called in his interest might not have been doing it? Don't we think, I think what we have to do as a nation is simply realize that this pattern of incidents coincides with nothing except somebody being clever and popping off terrorist effects in various parts of the United States, all in the same short time. Who has an interest in doing that? The question is out there to be asked, but the question remains.